Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where I think we got these elves on the run, but we're definitely going to have to turn around and take care of our backfield here. Losing Lothern would be such a pain. I know that I don't know that Alarielle is necessarily a threat to it by herself, but we know Tyrion's on the way over, although I don't know exactly where. Yeah, we probably ought to back up.
All bones on deck.
So Lenny man, Lenny's tough. Lenny's army's good. Maybe we'd be better off actually pushing up along the side of up along the outside of the mountain range, making Tyrion have to come back over here or lose a bunch of stuff. But I really want the armies together when we take on the Eagle Gate. Now we should back off. Okay, how do I want to do that? Also, do we have any important? We can't recruit anything really. We have to get this upgraded so that we can recruit Sirens. And apparently I have 2 of these, don't need that. Okay, so let's do I want to have Burke fall back all the way to Lothern? Because we can get Lenny in range of Lothern. Maybe I want to have Burke just stay right here, so that we don't have a chance of losing the Tower of Lysine. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't care about that, though. If Tyrion just showed up here and attacked this, would that be a big deal? How much do I actually care about that? Hard to say. Alright, what's going on with Silostra? Silostra has skill points to spend. Nope, sorry, Will has skill points to spend. Will has become a pyromaniac. Sounds alright to me. Well, we better go take Misnar. Yes, thank you. I remember what your last name is. We're gonna have to take it all eventually, right? Okay, something tells me we don't need to manually resolve this. I will say I would have done better than 137 lost, I think, but it's okay. We have to sit here in the settlement for a turn anyway. We'll get all that back. Okay, so Silostra actually has finished, actually has leveled up now. We probably want to take Hardened by Death, right? We don't currently have a Colossus, but when we do get one, we want it to be as powerful as possible. And these buffs probably affect the units of Rotting Prometheans that she summons. Oh, no. No, they don't. Those guys are not level 7, or rank 7. Maybe this isn't worth taking. Well, what else would we take? What else is sensible? What about these spells? So I talked about Kraken's Pull already a little bit. I think the idea of a huge vortex that does nothing but lower enemy speed is fine, but it is not fine at 18 winds of magic. That is insane. So what about this other spell? Fog of the Damned costs less and really dramatically lowers enemy melee attack and leadership, like a lot. You know what? I think I like that. 35 seconds of that? Yeah, okay, that seems powerful. We can put 2 points into that, get that all capped off, and then we'll have 1 point left after that when we hit 40. But we could decide to take Hardened by Death at that point, or we could just like grab Tenacity or something. Oh, also, Robert's leveling up, and he is running low on really valuable stuff. I guess we could get him some more charge bonus. Now, let's pick up some of this stuff for him. Make him even harder to kill.
Captain, reporting.
What was I doing with you? You were headed... I remember that I was heading down this way, but do I have a treasure map down here? Ah, yep, that'll be it. That's definitely what I was up to. Lenny Sealegs needs to get on land and find me Tyrion. Okay, here we go.
I cannot.
Need to keep an eye on this guy. Man, that's a lot of characters. 2 handmaidens, 2 nobles, a high mage, a regiment of renowned spearmen, and then, I mean, Tyrion himself is a pretty good fighter. He's got the magic flaming weapon that shoots a fire attack, and I'd be lying if I said I was not a little worried about him. Over here in Kothik, I guess growth? Or, you know what? Oh, never mind. We can't afford dead pirate totems. I'm just thinking, we have a lot of problems over here. We have a lot of stuff that needs building. Probably take the public order commandment for now. And then, yeah, focus on growth. How is my public order doing? Okay, in both of these provinces, it's actually negative now, so that's a problem. We could switch from the growth thing to the public order thing. It's not really a big deal that we're losing infamy, because infamy doesn't matter at all. There are too few ways to spend it and too many ways to get it. Yeah, sure. We'll just go in public order mode. I don't actually need growth in these areas that badly anymore. We got a lot of the basics done. And then all of our elf provinces are, of course, in the toilet. Not much that we can do about that. I suppose if we have all of our provinces on infamy loss, we could deplete it eventually. It would take a long time. Yeah, alright, we're doing what we can. So you know what? We haven't had an opportunity to make much use of... Oh, right, yeah. Well, fortunately, you remember your orders. We haven't had an opportunity to make much use of ambush stance, but we might be coming up on one here. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're actually any good at ambushing. So the deal with ambush stance is that it makes your army invisible to other players, and if anybody walks, if a force that you are at war with walks within your zone of control, the little red circle around the army, you get to attack them with your force starting. I mean, we've been ambushed a couple of times. You know what happens once the battle starts. So we might be able to use the combination of our two armies to set a trap. We can put Burke Black's army, which is much weaker, in a position where it looks vulnerable, and then have Lenny's army waiting in ambush mode nearby. So when one of the High Elf armies comes over to fight us, they get 2v1'd. Because if we could break one of those armies down, then the other one would be no problem at all. I am a little worried about Burke and Lenny versus Tyrion and Alariel. I think that might be a battle that we don't win, or at least that we don't win by very much. It's probably worth trying to engage in some subterfuge here. Hopefully the vampires are able to do some good work against the orcs, because I would much rather have... I mean, I guess much rather is strong, because in a sense, like, none of this matters to us at all. Everything that we're talking about here is so far away from my empire that it's really unlikely to have any immediate effect on me. How's Trace doing? Are they still at war with, Yeah, it looks like they're still at war with Avalorn. It's remarkable they haven't been wiped out yet. Okay, good. Looks like they're going to hold Erengrad. That's good for us. There's a lot of money to be gained from Erengrad. You know, I wonder if maybe it's the case that the Regiment of Renown Navy, or the Navy that gives you access to the Regiment of Renown Necrofex Colossus, only appears once you defeat all of the other Regiment of Renown navies? The Pieces of 8? That would be an interesting way to gate that. Oh, Burke Black leveled up. Okay. What role do we want you in? Big buffs for his own army, leadership up for the crummy units in other armies. Oh, he's not level 10, he can't do that. Plus 5% movement range for everybody is certainly interesting. 10% income from all buildings in all provinces. Yup, that's the one. Pirate growth up, construction cost down, research rate up. Yeah, pretty sure that's the right one. You know, missile damage up for all gunnery mobs in his army is certainly interesting. Ammunition up for everybody is kind of not necessary. We already have enough ammunition. Upkeep down for units that we are not using. Yeah, this is right. Who doesn't love more money?
Course plotted. On deck.
Alright, so I don't know exactly where we need to dig. I think it's around here somewhere. Yeah. So it's in, like, this area. Well, we'll make landfall on the shore near Gorgazon, and we'll figure it out from there. Okay, it kind of looks like they might have overcommitted a little bit here. Probably finish Ghost Fleet with you. So Tyrion's close enough that I could attack him.
Ready.
Oh no, sorry, I'm in march mode here.
How do you lay the order, Admiral of the Fleet?
He's close enough that we could attack with Burke Black. My guess, though, is that I will move up. We'll try to go for the 2v1, and he'll just retreat, and he'll actually be out of range.
No prey, no pay.
But we might be able to get her. What does her army actually look like? There's some spears, a couple units of sisters, a lot of white lions. Melee troops are not traditionally great against us. Honestly, I wonder if Lenny could just take her straight up. She's probably mad about that sword thing. You know what? You brought me that sword, lady.
The seas are my domain.
And she's right at the other end of the little bridge here, which makes it really difficult to attack her. Because you can see, like, the zone of control doesn't extend onto the land bridge. It's like these are two different land masses. And so I think if I put an army here, it wouldn't actually provide any assistance in attacking her. We might be able to just take her.
Reap and sow.
So she has one more unit of Sisters of Avalorn than it looked like, but on the whole, I don't think she's actually that scary. I think Lenny can do this.
Fight.
Lenny, I have great confidence in you. Even if we ran Burke down there to provide defense, I don't know that he could get back up to the settlement he's in now. But I think Lenny can make it back over. Lenny's quite fast. I'm seeing a lot of gradient here, a lot of color changing. I'm a little worried about what that means about the terrain. Hopefully it will be mostly flat. I really like it when it's mostly flat. Yeah, with this few ranged units and only one unit of cavalry, I think we're well outfitted to defeat this army. It's armies that can outshoot us, and armies that are fast are my real concerns. Okay, terrain's a little hilly. Oh, look at the rainbow. Yeah, terrain's a little hilly, which is not ideal, but I think we should be okay. If we played it a little further back, we could take more advantage of their approach. Or we could just make sure that all the gunners are on, you know, local maximums of height. Local maxima, rather. Like, how much of a problem is this? If I'm this rifle group right here, I can't see enemies that are... No, this is fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I think we're cool. Okay, so... let's redistribute our troops here a little bit using the thing that we now know we can do. Yeah, Lenny can be at one end of the army. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then we have Tim Fenn hanging out near the artillery. And we can have Henry Aldo at the other edge of the army. I really don't want him out there by himself. We're close enough that the artillery is already falling on them, so they can't just stand back and wait us out. Pretty good magic reserves. I'm comfortable starting with only 13. Alright, first of all, we're going to immediately increase accuracy and reload skill for the mortars, and secondly, let's pick targets. I definitely want to start with the Sisters of Avalorn. Okay. Really hard to see the range indicators on this color of ground. Wow. Good first volley. I'm a little worried about how much melee they have. Okay, that's pretty good. Here comes the gunfire. And, you know, honestly, with the small amount of ranged, I wonder if I really need to focus on their ranged very much. Like, obviously, Sisters of Avalorn are uniquely well-suited to killing Sirens, but how scared am I really? The answer is non-trivially. Some. We should focus on getting the Sisters down. So you two can do this. You two can do this. You two can continue to shoot that unit of White Lions because you're doing some fine work. I'm a little worried about the Mourngul Hunter going up against the Phoenix Guard. I think I might try to wrap him like back around here so that he can come out in the White Lions. He wants to fight infantry, but not infantry with pole arms. And you two have orders. You two that don't have orders. Yeah. White Lions. I should probably also throw guard on everybody. I don't want my units chasing at all. You guys should probably also have guard on for now. Move the Sirens forward just a little bit. I do wish the music wouldn't pause when you pause the action. Not really a good reason for that to happen. Throw out some quick cackle fruit here.
Move, you dogs! Don't stop!
Interesting, they kind of charged one of the units of Sirens and then they charged a different one. You guys are having a lot of trouble dealing any damage there. Also, what on earth is happening to these Sirens? How do they lose all of their health instantly? Well, first of all, stop crumbling. Secondly, apparently we gotta do this. Do these Dryads have magic attacks? They do. Okay, I did not realize that. Well, that explains some things. Not a lot to be done about it, unfortunately. The mortars are still doing decent work. I'm gonna change this unit of mortars to firing over here. Phoenix Guard are flanking, and it looks like we actually don't have a lot of options on how to deal with them. Alright, buddy. I believe in you. Let's try to knock them out as quickly as possible.
Eager to kill! Get going!
Keep casting just because we want to keep the healing pulses going. Weird that their units seem to be running away. I'm not really sure why they're doing that. Do we need to give new orders anywhere? Wow, you are way outside of that group. What are you doing, man? Also, the Sirens are not holding up quite as much as I was hoping they would. They're doing really good work in some places and much, much worse work in other places, and I'm not clear on what the difference is. Here, the issue might be leadership, because they got flanked and stuff. They might be losing health from the crumbling more than from actually being attacked. Definitely buff everybody, and at this point we could probably stand to re-ammo the mortars. Take advantage of that extra powder trait. Okay, things are going alright. We are doing it. Things are mostly going alright in most places. I don't know what's going on with these sirens. Here, let's try to disengage them from the dryads entirely. Have Lenny hold up the dryads. Where do we want these guys to fire? You know what? Honestly, kind of think over here is the new mortar spot, because we are going to lose this unit of sirens. This is looking like it's going to be remarkably clean, though. I thought this was going to be a lot worse. All right, never mind. They're broken. You don't have to chase them anymore. Yep. Those sirens are gone. Don't let them into the gunners. Oh god, the mortars are in the gunners. There we go, that should help. God, look at him. Look at the size of him. Where do you even get a torso like that? That is very terrifying. Right. I'm going to have these two try to divide. I think it would be best if they were not in the same place. These sirens are running way deep. Apparently those guys think they're allowed to do stuff. Teach them the folly of their ways. But if these gunners come up here... These gunners are still shooting, but they could... Yeah. We could tighten up these angles a bit. Kind of need to do that over here. We have the sirens wrapped around the enemies in a way that's kind of awkward and makes it difficult for us to shoot them. What's going to be the best way to deal with that, though? But we want to keep Burke over here. Burke fighting Alariel is probably fine for the moment. I'm going to have these two units fire into the backside of those guys. We got to make some room. You should be shooting at Alariel. Alright. We'll try to reform in a way that'll allow us to shoot into the flank of those spearmen from here. Okay. Problem solved. Now, we can probably abandon these spearmen. I think they are done for. Now, they do have a wizard over here who's just kind of running around, sort of in my units. I'm not sure why that guy is so close. Like, right? Why do you do this if you're a mage? Alright, turns out we gotta pull Burke. Or Burke, Lenny. We gotta pull Lenny. He's kind of getting his ass kicked. Okay, their unit... I feel like their army sort of spontaneously collapsed there. Like, it didn't seem like they were in that bad of a shape. They were going to be, but I would be surprised if they had figured that out. Alright, Alariel's a better fighter than I was expecting. I kind of thought she was, like, just a wizard, but I guess she's a Tyrion-style wizard. Just to say that she knows some magic, but also she's a little more like, little more Aragorn than Gandalf, you know? Although I guess... in the movies, Gandalf does go at dudes with a sword pretty good on a couple of occasions. So we lost one unit of sirens, but aside from that, the damage is pretty minor. It's very, very complete losses there. They lost almost everything. And Lenny has lots and lots of movement, so I think he should be able to chase down any stragglers. That's quite a lot of replenishment, actually. We'd be giving up 1,600 gold for it, but I think it's actually worth doing this time.
More blood, more power.
That would be nice to have on everybody. What if everyone was the Never Queen?
Fight them through crew.
Okay, we definitely have to do this manually, despite the fact that it will be very, very easy. You just can't auto-resolve with injured units. Everybody dies. It is crazy how much everybody dies. I'd put some odds on us losing all 3 of those units of Sirens if we auto-resolve this. It is a shame to lose Sirens, because they are a pain to recruit. Or at least, for now they are. I cannot wait until this technology is finished, and I also really wish I had seen it earlier, because I wish I had always had it. Okay, this is interesting. Well, I don't love how not flat the terrain is, for obvious reasons.
Undead.
Okay, we can actually back up the mortars a little bit. We just need to be close enough, just close enough, to be able to shoot them from our starting position. And I want to be able to back the gun line up some. And this time, with them having so much less to threaten us with, I'm just going to do a straight gun line with Sirens behind to run through. Will can be right here.
Fleet Admiral!
Oh, I should definitely activate the thing. The mortars can do what the mortars want to do. This is just a matter of waiting for them to get close enough to start getting shot. Look at the fleeing. Can you imagine such cowardice? Okay, we can probably fast forward this until the actual fight starts. Okay, here we go. Now we have to pay a little bit of attention to targeting decisions and stuff. But they don't really have any range left. Or maybe this is a time when we could just pretty much take it easy. Yeah. Does seem like it must be tough to be an elf in an age of gunpowder. So their handmaiden over there seems to have a pretty powerful bow. More like a ballista than a bow, really. But that aside, I don't think we're going to take any meaningful damage here. Jesus. You guys, guns are, like, not even really new tech. Dwarves have had guns for a long time. I know that you don't love the dwarves as a source of technology, but look at what's happening here. Understand what you are going through. Although, then again, if people in my society could withstand this amount of gunfire, maybe I would also think that guns were not that great. Now it's like, oh, you know what? It's raining harder than I thought it was. I'm just going to go back inside. Apparently, as long as she can sit back here and fire her magic bow, she is fine. Actually, hey, whole army, go get her. Oh, wait, the bullets hurt. Shoot, no, they were right. We should leave. Oof, that looks sad. That right there is the kind of thing I should not have to do. So losses, 28. Wait, 28? The handmaiden only killed 26. What happened to the other two? Maybe they just, maybe they just fell apart on the battlefield? We probably are not doing a terribly good job of keeping our bodies together. A lot of maintenance you have to do on a zombie army. You know, if we only lose 2 people to maintenance issues per large battle, that's a pretty acceptable rate of decay. This time we don't need the replenishment as badly because we're almost certainly not going to fight again before we get normal replenishment. So this time I'll take the money. Got an earthing rod, which is kind of whatever. I guess I should say this is what the earthing rod does. It's okay. We also killed some enemies in battle, and we also got some levels. So, do we want to continue pushing up the blue line? Yeah, I think we do. I think Lightning Strike is quite powerful. And then, like, this is exactly the situation we wanted in. Oh, he gained 2 levels. Yeah, Lightning Strike is quite powerful. You, I guess, are now taking Monkey Jacket? Who wouldn't want a jacket made out of monkeys? Man, can you imagine the number of monkeys it would take to make a jacket that would fit that guy? Let's take Deadeyes, just passive buff to our missile damage.
All bones on deck.
And then we could full march back to here if we think that Tyrion's army is going to be able to take out Burke. And I do think that. I am concerned that that is what would happen. I guess for now we'll take a bloated corpse. Because we're going to be in march mode here, so I will not have time to replenish. Or I will not have time to do recruitment. So we'll just get over here to make it clear to Tyrion that he is not to try any shenanigans. And then he'll fall back and we'll chase him and it'll be good fun. Also, we have 10,000 gold. I might be able to attack Elysia this turn. It's never super clear whether you will or will not be able to attack something over the water. If we could attack it, would I? 17 units plus 7. We don't know anything about the army composition. But also, Silostra's army is way powerful. Like, really crazy powerful. Oh, there's a battle marker here. Hold on. Is there anything cool in the Raised Dead pool? There is not. Okay. Man, my voice is giving me some trouble the last day or two. So it wants her to go over the land.
Siren of the storms.
Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if over the water we can actually get in on them. No, not quite.
Until the encore.
That's a shame. She's in normal movement mode, so we could do an upgrade or something. We need the balcony to win the game, but honestly, I don't know that we need it right now. Is there anything that I would rather have? Oh yeah, there is. The Necrofex Colossus. Let's start with this.
Bring me my drowned.
And then we have enough money to still do that. We should probably actually help out some of these settlements that we've taken over. So we are currently losing 10 public order per turn due to lack of corruption. That sucks. I think upgrading this is probably reasonable. That helps gain us public order and reduces the largest source of our loss of public order. Over here, we probably ought to upgrade Elisali so that we can build public order stuff here, now that I am relatively confident Elisali will remain under our control. What do we want to build in Misnar? Kinda think another scurvy dog pits might be the way to go. Oh wait, this building isn't the one that reduces public order loss from lack of corruption, it's this one. Well, maybe we want to upgrade that building as well, actually. And build another one? Yeah, I think that might be right. Okay, Burke, you're just chilling out. Lenny Sea Legs needs to run along behind and do something. Let's go damage a building. What should I damage? I could try to damage that. Their garrison? Their not garrison, their barracks? I don't know. He's just doing it for XP, really. Hooray! You damaged a building. It's not really a very good ability. It doesn't really accomplish what you might hope it would accomplish.
Deckhands. Move or get the lash.
Okay. Now I think we're actually done. That was a productive turn. And of course, we have all of this stuff that we need to take, but I'm really concerned with breaking down the enemy forces first. Oh, really? Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. I did just destroy what is probably Avalorn's best army. Oh, he went into ambush stance. He ran up on us and then backed off and then went into ambush stance. So, the good news there is that if we reveal him, there's a chance at the beginning of our turn that one of our armies will reveal him. And if we do, we can kill him trivially. We just, the numbers are very much against him. If we do not reveal him, it's going to mean that it's incredibly unsafe for us to move any armies further to the north there, or maybe to move any armies at all. I guess we'll see what happens. I sure hope we reveal him. There's not really anything you can do. You can run at them with an army that you're confident could just take them on at close range, but that's not really a good deal for us. Getting ambushed really, really sucks for Vampire Coast. Or at least for Vampire Coast armies that are built the way mine are built. Because man, oh man, do I not need enemies being right up on me with their extremely good swordsmanship and their... I mean swords, pretty much swords. Oh, and axes. And their swords and their axes. Wow. That's brave. That seems very foolish. Isn't Kislev just going to immediately obliterate that guy? Okay, we discovered an ambusher over here, it seems like. Trace just took that... Okay, well... Exarian, I swear to God, if you declare war on me, I'm going to come over there. Okay, I don't care about that. So this is interesting, that Trace was able to put that army away. I guess the army that was in the settlement ran, and then Trace took the empty settlement. I don't know if I think that was a good idea. I mean, obviously they don't want to fight me, but... how is retreating really going to help them? Oh yeah, and this is a thing. We gotta deal with the exotic goods hauler. Well, at this rate of movement, it looks like it's going to take 4 or 5 turns for him to get near Lothern, so we probably have time. Those purple winds of magic are strangely absent round these parts. Sorry, you're saying the winds of magic are strangely absent around the vortex? That seems unlikely. Making the bindings that tie our troops to this world and our will tenuous at best. So we can lose 20% movement range, unacceptable. Or we can lose winds of magic and 10 leadership on all infantry in all armies for 10 turns. Nope. I'll do that. I'm not losing 20% movement range. So we discovered this army, which fled from Silostra and then got into ambush mode. Kalidor's gonna rebel soon. That's a real sometime in the near future, but not right this second kind of problem.
Of course.
Well, I mean, we're not actually at war with Trace right now, but we do have to own this settlement. And they've really opened themselves up. This should be fairly straightforward. You know, this one maybe we don't have to auto-resolve because we're all in perfect health. We do have a dragon, though. Yeah, we could probably auto-resolve this. Nope, they killed one of my units of Sirens. You monsters.
There are spoils here.
Okay, well, that's annoying. guess I should have manualed. It would have been a really easy, boring battle manually, though. Okay. So we need something for this slot. Just temporarily. Military chain buildings are required for local recruitment. At least Silostra's buildings are not considered to be local to her. Well, I mean, maybe we just put more gunnery mob in, because, like, I don't actually have a melee building. I could get a bloated corpse. I guess that'll be fine. So I'm assuming Elysia is just kind of garbage. Yeah, but we're gonna get Trace right afterward. These guys could come at us now while we're in our semi-weakened state. I guess I didn't really think about that. I'm confident we would find a way to handle it.
Captain, reporting. Astride the waves.
Okay. So what is the clue? Not all wonders are created by the gods themselves. Some are mortal creations wherein lies what you seek. So we had this same clue down here. And it was, we had to get close to the thing all the way at the bottom of the map. We tried doing it over here and it didn't work. We had to get right up on top of this. So, we're looking for something that looks like that over here, maybe? Oops, that is not at all the right spot. Here we go. I really like the fact that this this treasure hunting system encourages you to really zoom in on the terrain and look at all the art, because they've done some really great stuff here. Well, it looks to me like we don't see it.
On deck. Sail away.
He brings death.
Get down here and reveal them. Reveal them with your empty eye sockets, I guess? Okay, that's annoying.
Your will I thirst.
Well, what are we gonna do? If we move toward him, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get his ambush off, and that would be really bad for me. Oh, wait a minute.
Ahoy! Corsair.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So they executed the block army move, which lowers the amount of movement that your army has available.
What is your demand?
I've never seen this before, and it feels like a bug. But they removed all of my movement while I was in march stance, which prevents me from stance changing. Because the game is thinking that I already spent more than 100% of my normal movement. That definitely should not be able to happen. Do we want to run any rights or anything? Oh, you know what? Actually, Public Order +5 does sound pretty good. Hold on. Would that... We have a rebellion threatening in Calador. That would stop the rebellion in Calador. Yeah, alright, let's do that. Calador is already on Public Order. I guess let's upgrade the haunted. Let's upgrade Torsathai and install a Public Order building. Man, we need some help. We need some help with our Public Order. So Lenny can't do anything. If he moves, he probably dies.
And plunder.
And he can't even change out of March mode, which is ridiculous. And then I guess we could do this. You definitely need some more building slots. In fact, I'm going to remove this building. We don't need to be able to summon normal deckhands. That is not a useful thing. Alright, I think we're actually good here. I'm annoyed about this. Stupid Tyrion hiding his army in the dark. There's not even really anywhere to hide over here. Ah, he went into ambush mode again, but we immediately detected him. No, wait, we detected him at the beginning of his turn? That's not really how that works. Maybe it says ambusher discovered when somebody chooses to leave ambush mode? That would be a new thing, but it might be. It's weird. Anyway, he didn't move very far, which ordinarily would be good, except that apparently he has a hero in his faction who can reduce the movement of an army by 150%. So probably Lenny will not be able to help Burke attack him. And I don't know that Burke's army can take Tyrion's army. Well, we're going to have Lenny Sea Legs try to eat Carthinia here next turn. Maybe we'll get lucky. It is not a good idea to neglect tools for dealing with enemy heroes for as long as we did. So to some extent, this is my fault. But also, boy, their block army seems to be far more effective than block army is supposed to be. But really, what we need to happen here is we need to take Tyrion down, and then, like, if we're going to get the exotic goods hauler, we have to take Tyrion down and then run south hard, and then figure everything else out afterward. Now, if we don't get a reveal on the army up here, it's going to be it bodes well for Trace getting to survive an extra turn and thus generate more units inside their big walled city. But I might still go after him, because I think Silostra's army potentially could survive the ambush. But you know what would be really great is if the ambush just didn't work at all because they're trying to ambush me in the middle of an open road. Okay, yes, we did discover Leander.
All bones on deck.
And once again, Lenny's army has had 150% of its movement removed. You may as well pick up Powder Keg. Wow, really good odds of killing her. Good. I guess this is the only map action we haven't upgraded all the way. So how many turns is his movement? His movement's supposed to be reduced by 50%. He has literally 0 movement. It was supposed to have been reduced by a lot less than that. So yeah, we actually can't go after Tyrion because I don't think Burke can take him. Oof, that's way too many sisters, and they have 2 units of cavalry and 2 eagles, and yeah, Burke Black cannot handle that. Alright, let's move in here and see if we can't find ourselves a big Khemri tomb. Right, this might be what we're looking for.
Get going, scum.
I'm gonna get closer to it before I dig, since heroes can only dig every other turn. Alright, so Silostra caught Leander in the open here. We are going to go after him, and we are going to go after him manually, because I can't afford to lose any more units to dumb nonsense. I really wish we hadn't lost those sirens in the first place. Ideally, if you want the absolute optimal result, you should manually resolve every battle. But manually resolving every battle is not necessarily fun to watch, especially when a lot of these battles are going to be very, very similar. And honestly, it's not that fun to play when all of the battles are very, very similar. I wanna auto-resolve some of the elf nonsense, but it looks like the game is going to severely punish us for pushing that button. I like this, though. I like this a lot. This is terrible. We can do better than 6. Alright, a little bit. Okay, so I like this a lot. We can make some stuff happen here. They're split up over the 2 entrances. So how do I want to proceed here? I don't like the amount of trees that there are on this map. I kind of think we're going to abandon the center entirely and just do this. And then, like, once the battle starts, I'm actually going to reform a little bit outside of our area of our spawn area, because this is terrible. I should probably set these up so that they are able to shoot, not having to turn immediately. Okay, that's good. And then, you can start over here, and all of the other melee can just be kind of balled up on this side, because like I said, we're going to have to reset our setup here. Alright. This is terrible. This is more like what I want. Let's have the depth guard form up over here, because we're going to get some amount of flanking coming in. But there's not a lot of fast-moving units in this army. So we can handle a lot of the enemies by just having, just summoning stuff on them. We have 4 uses of his new Pyromaniac ability. We also, I believe, now have the Norse Roar available. You can see there a transcription of the roar at the bottom of the tooltip. The Sirens can just kind of be behind the gunners, because I don't want them engaged in stuff immediately. These guys don't need to move too far forward. And Robert here, Silostra here. Yeah, okay. Oh, and I guess we can start the buffs. And apparently they don't think they have to come over here, which is an error on their part. There we go, they figured it out. Oh yeah, they have range on us. Kind of curious. Didn't really do that much damage. Yeah, the gunnery abilities don't really do very much damage. They're good for disruption, but I don't know how valuable that really is. Like, how much does it actually help us to just move the enemy around? Boy, they're really letting me fire an awful lot of artillery at them before they start moving toward us. Kind of seems like they don't understand that they're going to have to come over here. Because I could definitely, like... I have to defeat them in the next 58 minutes for this battle to count as a victory for me. But I could just sit here and do this for the next 35 to 40 and then ride over and fight them. Oh, and they're so grouped up. This is really ugly for them. Where's that bloated corpse? These guys are grouped up really tightly. I'm going to try to hit the Sisters of Avalorn with it. Alright, let's see if we can get close enough. Oh, he's going to get so many kills. He's not going to get many of the Sisters, but that is fine. He got stuck on a tree. Buddy, go! There we go. Yeah, not bad. Alright, so I can't help but notice that these Sisters of Avalorn seem to think that it is okay for them to be shooting at me from outside of my normal gunnery range. Wait. Sorry, let's do this one on them. This will stop the firing for a second. And here... a little hard to shoot into moving units with this. They don't know exactly how long the wind-up is, but I don't think it's very long. Oh, that's right. I can only do one of these at a time. Okay, do this one first. Oh, I see what the problem is. I moved these units too far forward. Yeah, you should not... do not be this far forward. That'll disrupt long enough to let them back up, I think. Yeah. Damage was okay. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to tell you to move. Oh, wow. Whatever they just hit Silostra with actually, like, rocked her back a little bit. Alright, I think it's time to move up with Silostra and Robert, and the rest of the units can just kind of do whatever. It actually looks like they're going to try to short one side here, so I'm going to have these units form a little bit of a concave. I don't have to put up with this nonsense. Mortars can start firing into maybe these Swordmasters. Queen Bess could probably help us with those sisters real quick. Okay. That'll pretty much solve that problem, I think. Did she just yell sea magic? At this point, I'm just having Silostra fight the enemy army by herself. This is maybe an overcommitment. Alright, the ghosts will keep everything off of her. Robert, ignore these these idiots. Go around. Don't fight men made of trees.
My soul is aflame.
You would think this is a thing a Bretonnian would know.
Right away. I am your man.
Speed up.
Is yours.
And charge bonus up. Okay. Resolve that problem for us. I guess popping Silostra's area buff here doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, apparently the sisters were firing, but they broke when I just came over here to look at them. They could sense that the great eye in the sky was upon them. Far off. Yep, a little bit of that old sea magic. It does kind of seem like she just has this under control. Robert's messing up that handmaiden. It's probably not a good idea to direct the mortars to fire into Silostra's area. She does still take damage. I think I'm going to have all of the handgunners and the deck gunners just kind of roll up and take aim at these guys. Like, individual characters are really bad at fighting Silostra. What you really want, I think, to deal with this situation is some ranged. We haven't really been fighting armies that run that much ranged stuff, which is kind of ridiculous considering that we're fighting so many elves. But they've been very, very Swordmasters and White Lions focused. Yep, Silostra and Robert can just get in there and do their thing. Oh, you guys had to run up that close to get range? It seems like this is just about over. Okay. We took almost no damage there, I believe. 19 losses. Some of the handmaids got to fire into us a little bit, and Silostra and Robert took some damage tanking. But basically, that was the outcome I was looking for, because now I want to raise dead, get another bloated corpse or something, and then go and hit Trace right now. Not give them time to actually build up an army. Although we're probably going to have to hit Leander's army one more time. Yeah, Silostra herself is she's crazy, crazy powerful at this point. I mean, a lot of legendary lords become super powerful when they're high level. But she might be a cut above. You know what? I will take this replenishment. That seems actually very good. It completely restores the Sirens.
I will lead by example.
Oh, I guess I could have spent my skill points. Whatever. Whatever, let's kill him. And unfortunately, again, let's manually resolve the battle, because I don't want any silly stuff to happen. We have an important fight coming up in a second here. Although, an important fight that might have to be next episode, looking at the timer. But we wipe out Trace, and then, as far as I know, there are no High Elf armies left on the north side of Ulthuan. There's a Lothern army that's pretty far north, but it's on the inside of the mountain range, so they'd have to go all the way to the gate to come out to fight us, which I don't think they are prepared to do. Yeah, alright. You guys could be, like, right there. Artillery can be right here. I imagine that gives us range. Actually, it does not. Wow, they're really far away. They're making us start really far back. Okay. Good enough. He's not really a thinker. I mean, best shot is pretty alright. Oh, hold on. Hold on, we get a really good Norse roar here. Eh. It's just artillery from all sides. Make sure the Queen Bess is keeping that more powder effect. The gun line starts back here, although the deck gunners should be able to shoot them. Wow. Deck gunners really don't have enough extra range, I think, to justify the very, very small number of units that they get. Or figures in the unit, rather. Oh, where's Celostra? I'm gonna have Celostra run up and throw out the tornado. They're grouped up pretty tightly here. Also, I am not afraid of her taking any damage. They think they can just stand back and shoot at me. I'll show them. Wait. Wait, don't shoot it there. They're already moving. Yeah, shoot it like here. Oh, they're not actually susceptible to rampage, it looks like. Well, that's a shame. Trying to hit the handmaids with it. Yeah, alright, that did some damage. Can't help but notice. There we go. Let's say, can't help but notice a disturbing lack of gunfire right now.
My soul is aflame.
I'm having some. Oh, the terrain's like very slightly hilly, so of course my units are useless. You guys are so sensitive. Why don't you just fire clean through the hill? Guns project their ammo pretty hard. I think we probably handle it. Okay, well, this is over. This would probably be an okay time for the artillery to stop firing. Yep, so Celostra should be able to just delete these dudes pretty fast. The elves could run a force that I think would be really good against us, but the AI elves seem to be very focused on elite infantry units with small body counts and characters, and both of those things are just terrible against me. The characters wouldn't even be so bad if they hadn't given me the sword. Nine of us died. Well, it's a damned embarrassment is what it is. Also, no, they did not have 3 remaining. No survivors. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. Delastra got 9 kills. That means 9 enemy characters died because that's the only thing she ever kills. This replenishment is not great. Yeah, I'll take the 870 gold this time. Okay. Oh no, we killed Joseph Aurelius. Alright, so, final skill point. Do I want Hardened by Death? Thing is, at this point, how long would it take me to get a rank 7 Rotting Promethean or Leviathan or Necrofex Colossus? But I mean, like, Celastra doesn't need more hit points. Yeah, I don't know that Celastra actually needs more hit points. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Continue siege. I should probably spend the rest of the skill points. Alright, you pyromaniac. Reload time reduction, right? It's just more damage. Missile damage is also just more damage, except not so much against smaller enemies. 6% reload time reduction is going to be plus 6% damage over time against just about anything, but extra damage may be wasted against weaker figures. And then Robert needs to continue being hard to hit. The worst thing that could ever happen to us is Robert actually getting hit by somebody who has a magic sword. Alright, hold on. We'll be back over to there. I think we're probably going to hold off on that battle until next episode. Alright, no big surprise. Dieterschaffen is completely mismanaged. Oh, interesting. There's Bretonnians up here. I guess they do love to, crusade. Okay, we already looked at all this stuff. Lenny hasn't moved because he literally can't. Stop telling me. Has everybody else gotten their stuff done? Yeah, Burke's not going anywhere. Does Burke want some upgrades, though? Burke needs something. Oh, I don't have the population to even rebuild. Alright, well, I guess we're waiting on that. It really sucks that I can't even get out of March stance, so I can't do any recruitment. Like, they blocked me from moving so hard that I can't hire people? How does that work? Over here, it's looking pretty bad. We're probably going to end up having a rebellion. I don't know that we could do a lot about it. I could stop taxing. There we go. I don't need that money that badly. That'll buy us some time. And then, red and going down in Kothic. Stop taxing there too, but they're far enough away from the rebellion that I think we have time to fix it. So I'll just leave that. We do need to bank up a little bit of cash. I don't know. I guess I don't have to make this decision right now because we're not ending the turn. This is going to be where we stop. So, thank you all so much for watching. It's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time for the for the siege of Tor Acher. I mean, it's not going to be a siege. We're going to ride up to it and shoot it with a lot of cannons. But that'll still be fun. And we'll see you then.